Hi, welcome to the training today. My name is Singh, and today I will be going over the Title 31 software. Today we'll be working on the request section or module. Okay, so I'm gonna log in here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to the request module. The request module, the original one was a little bit different. Since 2020, when COVID hit, this section was redesigned to make it a little bit more easier for, especially on the casino side or management, the operation side, requesting, making requests over. It was usually done over the phone or through emails or other system, but this section was designed to make it a little bit easier and to integrate a request and a response. And some casinos can use this as a method to where they can run the application on kiosk mode on particular workstation or secure station where the operation side can make requests over to the Title 31 side. Okay. So what the request section is where you can request information or reviews or documentations or changes, updates to the compliance side, and the compliance side can organize that and make the responses. Okay, so I'm gonna create a brand new one here. Okay, so when you click on new, it's gonna give you this form here, and it's gonna stamp the time, date, user, and review key in here. Okay, so the requester will fill this out here. Let's say I'll just fill this out here, and I'll pick let's say gaming department. You can add to this list here, okay, if you like, on the admin side. Say my position is a officer, and I want to request a document release. I'm gonna go to the detail tab, okay, and we'll just put in the date here. And there are shortcut keys if you're unsure. I'm gonna go to the software tips here. Okay, so for example, you can automatically put the current time. You know, you use the Control Shift colon keys. Okay, current date, Control colon. Okay. So I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna put in the time. It's about 12:29 p.m. 27. No, go here. Let me put in 12:27. Okay, and then review description, or it's referred to the review or request. Where the application uses both terms. So my request would be let's say I'll say please release and add the video of the subject at window 1 main cage concerning a code T31. So some casino use different codes. In this example, we'll be using code T31 for Title 31 code. Okay, and I'll say thank you. Okay, now the requester fills out the general information here, and then on the details section, the approval results in documentation is done by the receiving department or personnel. So if this was submitted as a request to the Title 31 compliance officer, okay, then they will fill these other parts in. Now, before I close out of this, it is very important to, for the normal user, if you log in as a normal user, which I did here, it's not really required, but if you log in the guest mode, which most of the operation side will be using that module, you want to remember the ID number and the review key. Okay, we're gonna save this and we're gonna refresh our list here. Okay, and you see that all the pending requests or the last 30-day requests will appear here. Status is pending. Okay, these are mine. Okay, so I fill those out. Okay, so now what we can do is we can click on these ID here, we can update it. Okay, so the original information is locked. Okay, and I'm gonna fill this out. I'm gonna say completed. Let's say here we'll say approved it. Reason, let's say we'll just say approved it by Singtel, and we'll enter result. Completed date, completed time. It took us just a little bit time to complete it, and completed by, let's say, me. Round out the hours, okay, to 1. Review results or the request. Okay, added the video to the customer profile. Okay, completed. Okay, we can release the information to, let's say we send it to Una or something, and release it to in a email or phone. Okay, we'll just choose something here. Add her last name there. Okay, documentation. Let's say this is the video, so we'll say copy of video. Okay, we'll attach a file to it. Okay, I'm gonna go to my videos. We'll just add a video here. We'll add this one here. Okay, and then you want to view it. Okay, and we'll submit. Yeah, before we submit, let's look at the approval here. Let's go back to the requester and we'll change the status to completed. Okay, we're done. Okay, you'll see updates on the dashboard of the request module here. Okay, so that's how you would do it. There's a lot of other ones. You can update all pending by ID number, which is by this unique ID number here. Okay, last day's review, you could see that. Denied it request review, all denied it. Date range search, you could do a search by department as well. Okay, request type search. Okay, ID search, requester search. You could do reports as well. All these reporting as well. So if I generate it, and your correction is here as well. Let's look at this date range complete by percentage in hours. Okay, so let's do that. I'm just gonna put some wide range dates here just to pull everything from my system here. Okay, make this a little bit larger so that you can see it. Okay, so this report here, it lists the request type. Okay, so we have close watch, we have document release, video release, video reviews, and so forth, and then it gets the hours. It tracks the hours here. Okay, and then status, completed, approved, and stuff, and it counts it. Okay, so you have a total of 8 total hours that we spent. Okay. and then percentage as well. Okay, so the percentage here is actually very unique and extremely helpful, because if you look at this list here, okay, we have multiple types of requests, but when the application here runs this report, it gives you some very key components to of analysis here. See, the percent tells you that, for example, the video reviews here, percentage is 62.5. Okay, so it tells you that based off of all our reviews here, okay, we spent 5 hours here, okay, total of 5 hours, and 62% of the time of all the reports here is we're doing video reviews. Okay, so based on this analysis, you can devote more manpower or time into video reviews, okay, than all the other ones. Okay, so the most common request is for video reviews. Okay, so that's what this report is. And then the other reports are, it has its own different analysis. You know, you can do it by users, departments, you know, categorize it by departments, and etc. So they're very, very useful reports that you can generate to analyze all the requests. Okay, so I'm gonna exit out of here. I'm gonna log off of my system here. This is the normal user here. Okay, and the normal user, meaning that is where the compliance department that's managing the Title 31 operation, that's normally where they would log in, so they can make corrections, changes, and updates. Okay, the guest mode is where most of the operations, such as slots, table games, cage, and other departments, finance, and etc., this is where they will log in as the guest mode. Okay, the guest mode is where it's more restrictive. You can make less changes, and you don't have a lot of the analysis report that the compliance department would have. Okay, so for example, we're going to log in as Andy here on the guest mode side, and you'll see on the guest mode side here, they don't see the supervisor or admin module, and they don't get all the other a lot of the analysis and all of the correction and stuff. Okay, so controls, so it's restricted. And they can add files and make inputs, run some of the reports, but they lack the data change modules. Okay, so we're going to go to the request command here. Okay, so you can see here it has two tabs after that are related to the request. So this tab is the last 30 days. Okay, and this is the completed requests. Okay, I could refresh my system here to update the list as well. Okay, now you see that you see the request, but you don't see the details of it. Okay, so on the operation side, this is how they will request new requests. So they will go to new requests here. Okay, and they would input in, let's say we're logging as Andy, so let's say we'll put in Andy's information here. He's from slots per se. Position, let's say he's a supervisor, and the type, he wants a, let's say, document release. Now these drop downs can be modified. You know, these are just sample options that I've inputted in here. You could change these on the admin side and customize this list. Okay, so let's say document release. Okay, and we'll put in as much information as we can here. It's about 1238. Put 1238 here as well. Okay, so his request is let's say please release the video of the theft at window 2 in the, let's say, secondary cage. Okay, yeah, I'll say thank you to be polite. Okay, the approval, results, and documents will be on the compliance side. Okay, so they just submit their general information and the detail on what they want. Now, they need to remember the ID and the review key. Okay, this is so that, say, you're gonna have a lot of people making requests. Okay, and one of the things is that each individual can only see their own requests. Okay, they shouldn't be able to see another department's request. Okay, and this is for security, a security protocol where, if the request is concerning that employee, you don't want that employee to be able to see it. Okay, so we're gonna save this information here, and you're gonna need this for later. Okay, so I'm just gonna open a notepad and throw it here. Okay, and my review key, Control C to copy that. I'll throw it back on my. Okay, so this is my ID and this is my review key. Okay, so you're gonna need that. The review key is the application, the Title 31 software. It automatically generates a unique review key. Okay, so the system generates these numbers here. Okay, and so that it's randomized in this format here, randomized in a way where it's still recognizable and be able to decipher with knowledge of it, but it's a unique key. Okay, there's no other key like it. Okay, so we're gonna save this here. Okay, and it's gonna alert you, remember the ID and review key, or else you can't get it. Now, the normal login users or the compliance department, when they log into their site, they can actually see the ID and review key. So if you should forget that, you can contact them, and then they can verify your information and then release that to you, and then you can review it. Okay, so once you're done with that, I'll refresh my system just to update my list here. Okay, you'll see that Andy made a request. Okay, so from the slots department, it's pending. So he could come back, log in as his login, and check to see if his request has been completed. Okay, to review the request, you want to click here. Okay, and it's going to ask you for the ID and the request number, but we're not going to do that just yet. Okay, we're going to log off of here. We're going to go back to the normal login. I'll use the system here. Okay, so on the compliance side, this is what they will see on their side. Okay, they will see an incoming pending from Andy here. Okay, and they can update that. Okay, so let's say approved it. Let's say Sing approved it, and the results are, and we'll just add here completed time. Let's say it's took a few minutes to do that, rounded to the quarter. Let's say it's 1 hour, and we'll say completed by Sing, and review results or request results. Let's say okay, add it to the customer profile. Okay, so we added the video. Okay, release to, let's say we're gonna call Andy on it. We'll send him an email saying, hey, we're done. Okay, and we'll say copy a video. Okay, we'll attach a video file to it. Let's go to my video files here. I don't have much here. We'll just put in the drug test video here. Okay, you can view it. Okay, all right, and we're done with that. Let's go back to the status and just knock that as completed. Okay, so this is the part where you can see Andy's request, and then you can see the ID, and you can also see the review key. Okay, the review key is generated by the software. Okay, submit. Okay, and we're done. Okay, and you'll see that request by Andy is completed. Okay, so this is what the compliance will see on their end. Okay, and for the guest users, such as the operations side, you won't see this side probably at all during your use of this application. Okay, so this is a glimpse of it there. Okay, this is where the normal uh, users on the operation side will see only. They won't have access to the other side. Okay, so request, go back to the request, log in as Andy here. Okay, and I go here and see, I don't see any more pending requests, but if I go to the completed request, I see that compliance have completed my request. So I want to retrieve that request that I made. Okay, so how do I do that? Go to view request, and the system's going to ask me for the ID. Okay, so I remember my ID as 26. Okay, and the review key, my review key is this. Copy that, paste it right in, and voila, I get my review. Okay, so that's one of the key things. You're gonna need to know the ID, and then you're gonna need to know that special review key. Okay, that the system gives you when you first fill out your request form. Okay, and let's look at it. Saying approved it. The results. Oh, they added it, and oh, they even have a copy here, so I can view it. Okay. All right. So that's how you would use the request section, and this was done. This was updated back in 2020, about 2020 when COVID hit. And one of the key things was that we needed a system where we don't have to meet face to face with other employees, and we can abide by the company's um, uh, uh, what was it called, the social, I can't remember what the term was called, but it's where we avoid each other and avoid direct contact. Okay, social distancing, I think. Yeah. Okay, I think that was it. So this was made primarily to accomplish the task of uh, uh, meeting the company requirement of social distancing. So um, if you run this on the network and you put this on a kiosk machine, or grant access or remote access to the operation side where they can remote into uh, a dedicated computer, and they can fill this out, they can log back in, and they can request information. They can do their CTRs and SARs, reporting, search for people, and etc. And also do the request, and then retrieve the request. It makes it a really easy process. On the compliance side, it helps you organize how many requests you're coming in, what type of requests are you doing the most, so you can cater towards that area. And it gives you a lot of analysis, especially on the data side. Data is oil, so um, the importance of being able to collect that data, analyze it, and it'll help you improve your process. So this is um, this is not new, but it's been modified and changed to adapt to the ever-changing challenges that we either on the gaming commission side or the operation side or the casino side have to adapt to. And this is the process. So this is how you would use the request or review options inside the application. This is very similar, if not identical, to the compliance and the compliance gaming commission databases, surveillance databases, and other databases that I've created over the years. So it's on a very similar form. But one more thing before we leave here. If you ever need help on this, you can click on the help list down here, and it'll give you some tips here as well. Okay. And once again, there's a refresh list button here, which doesn't really do anything because originally the pending list was located here. Okay, so probably in the near future we'll probably be removing this button here. I know most people like to use the refresh the system button down here, and that refreshes all the lists that you'll see here. Okay, throughout the application. But that is the request module, and most of the casino users, you probably will never see the admin or the compliance user side of the application. So it gives you a little bit of background information on what they see and how they approve and disapprove of all your requests. And because most of the time you're going to be seeing this side only, where you make your requests here and then you just retrieve your requests, and you don't see how they work the other end of these options here at all. So that is the training for the Title 31 request module. I hope this really answers some of the questions that I've been getting concerning how to use this module, and how to update it, and who can do what, and why the ID and the request keys work, or how they work. And I hope this clarifies some of the questions that you might have. And if you have any more questions, submit that in, and we'll add that into another training video and put that on the website, so that not just current users but new users can actually reference to it as well. So I hope this training helps you, and thank you for attending the training today, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.